Hello, everyone. It's Lori Shea, the founder of the Gifts of Autism. Welcome. Thank you for coming back. And it's been a couple of months since I launched the channel, but it just hasn't really felt the right timing to just jump in until I felt this very strong pull this past weekend. And then yesterday we had that big lunar eclipse slash the blood moon slash the harvest moon. Anyway, a lot of energy moving, and this weekend I started feeling a lot of energy, and I just realized it was time to show up and share my own perspective and my own perception and my own journey, and to help parents and educators to tap into their children's higher potential is really why I'm here, to share my own experience. So most of you know my story, but I know that a few of you are new, so I'm going to just do a little recap of who I am and my journey. So I've been in the field of autism for 25 years. I started off as a special ed preschool teacher, which was a lot of fun. And, there's a lot of joy working with children. And I always sort of had like a knack working with these special children labeled autistic. To me, there were always just something magical about them. But my signature story is this one day when I decided to sit next to this kid, Michael, who every day, like clockwork, would create this Jenga block tower every day, same time. And for whatever reason, I decided this one day that I was going to sit next to him and build my own Jenga block tower and emulate what he's building. So I got, I was doing pretty good. I get up to the roof. And I started trying to build the roof, and all of a sudden, collapse again, collapse again, collapse. I'm like, what? What is going on? Why can't I create this roof that this kid does every single day? So just like I would say in a a moment of clarity, I just had this knowing that he could see things that I could not see. And it opened up a door for me of possibility. So I was like, okay, I saw like in that moment that, he was tilting his head over and he was positioning the block exactly at like 45 degrees or whatever it was. It was like a very specific degree where I would just have this sort of general degree, because, well, let's face it, a lot of these kids that are labeled autistic, they do have a very strong visual gift. They have a strong visual, they see in pictures. I've heard all of this, that they see in pictures and they actually think in like videos. And so they're much more visual. And then later on, this is, by the way, this is in like 1992 or 93, way before. Temple Grandin's came out with like all of her movie, which showed pretty much the same thing with the angles. So back in 92, 93 was when I had this experience, and what it did for me was it opened up the door of possibility and also opened up the door of curiosity. And that's what I want to offer you today, is the power of curiosity. Because, it's easy to look at autism and its challenges. And yes, there are definitely some challenges that come along with autism and being in the body. But then there's other sides of it too. The thing is, if we continually put our attention into the disorder or the disability or whatever, the fixing part of it, that's all we're going to get reflected back. We're just going to see that part. So I offer you, to ask yourself, ask your children, show me your gifts, or tell them, show me your gifts, and bring it back to yourself where you actually ask yourself, hey, what are my gifts? Because I know sometimes we forget to even ask ourselves very basic questions. But see what happens when you start asking yourself, and I'm not just talking about, autism. This applies for all children. You see that painting right back there? I bought that. I mean, I would have to say that that painting actually came to me. I was walking with my friend at the beach, and all of a sudden my head started turning by itself almost. And I just, like, my eyes just sort of caught the attention of this painting, which is called Rainbow Forest. And what I love about it is like if you could see like all of the tree, the leaves are all blending and they're swirling and all the colors, and it reminds me of autism, and that there's so many gifts and there's so many potential and so many aspects of autism. And if we just continue to look at the one color, whether it's whatever you're looking at every day, or you could just start looking at, there's lots of different gifts. I mean, some of these kids, and I'm talking about nonverbal kids too. I'm not just talking about the ones that are like geniuses. And matter of fact, a lot of the geniuses did start off as nonverbal. So just saying. But anyway, like start looking at like, what has actually moved my child? What are the gifts? Whether it's Thomas the Train, or art, or painting, or dirt, or ants, or whatever, is like just to start acknowledging and like, wow, you're really good at finding insects. I had one client that loved insects, and even though I was a little squeamish, I was always like praising him for just his gift in, what's that, study of insects. I know someone knows it out there. But anyway, study of insects, study of whatever, astrophysics, study of, there's a million things out there. And, we all have that innate gifts within us, and it's time for us to shine, bring it out. So I'm just asking you guys to just say, show me your gifts. Ask yourself to show yourself your gifts. It's where I'm going to stop today. Just going to offer you a new perspective. I'm offering you a new lens, new glasses that you could put on right now. And they're called the glasses or the possibility. The glasses or the lens of possibility. So enjoy your new glasses, and now you're going to see through the new lens of possibility. Ooh, I see this and that and that. So enjoy your new glasses and let me know what you find. All right, thanks again for subscribing. Please pass this channel along, and if you want to know more about me and my work, I'm here to support families and teachers in shifting their perception around autism and everything else. So find me at my website, www.thegiftsofautism.com. And I also have a free podcast, so sign up for that. Be on my newsletter list, and we'll stay in contact. And definitely subscribe, because I will definitely be back next week. And my intention is to share my own experience and inspiration and what I've learned along the way. Thank you for joining in, and have a wonderful, beautiful night. Namaste.